time, we are going to move right on into Schoology. I know that there were some questions in our earlier session about if you do or do not have access to your Schoology course and that sort of thing. So if you can, let's see, I'll get to that in just a second. But what we would like to do is to go over how to set up your profile, creating your course shell, your Zoom integration, adding assignments, and also questions. Okay, I am going to go back and I'm going to stop sharing just for a second. So while you're on your Google browser, you can either open a new tab, and if you can go to petersburg.schoology.com. To share my screen. So once you're at petersburg.schoology.com, you may be prompted, and I'm just going to log out. You may be prompted to log in with Google. And I guess that might be an issue if you don't know your Google email address. But we are recording, and this recording will be shared. So where you're prompted to log in with your Google credentials, you want to do so with your Petersburg Google credentials. So once you have those, you will sign in again with your Petersburg Google credentials. And once everything has synced, you should see your summer school course. And I just went ahead and created one for the purpose of instruction. Okay. So the first thing we want to go over is how to update your Schoology profile. So as you can see on the on the right-hand corner, there is my name right here. So if I click on it, and from the pop-up menu, I will click on my profile, and it takes me to my profile page. The only thing that we would like to see are two items. Number one, for you to update a professional picture of yourself. So on the left-hand navigation panel where it says edit picture, I would have to take my cursor and hover over it, and then I would see that menu that says edit picture. And once I click on it, I can upload a personalized picture of myself, and then I would be able to save it. And then you can also update your bio. Okay, so you can add a photo,
monitor the chat for you.
Okay, or you can add your activities and interests as well, and the about me. Okay, so again, with your Schoology course, the first thing we do is your profile. So please definitely do add a picture and a bio. Okay, any questions thus far, Ms. Vasquez?
No, ma'am. Just one that I'm trying to answer and troubleshoot that says,
Okay.
One of the attendees says they don't have any courses. So I'm just trying to find out if they're actually teaching a course or working with someone else because, not everyone has a roster of students of their own course attached to them. So that does make a difference. We are also waiting for we had a problem with a sync between Schoology and Power School overnight. That's when it normally syncs, but we have some critical issues overnight, and so our IT people are working to get the problem resolved. So your courses may not show up right now, but they should a little bit later on. And
Yes.
you'll be notified.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you for the update, Ms. Vasquez.
You're welcome.
So when you first get yourself logged into Schoology, it does take you to your defaults to your course dashboard. And this is where your courses will populate. So if you are not seeing anything here, like Ms. Vasquez was saying, you should see them, at some point. So we're going to move into next how to personalize our course. So again, for the purpose of, this PD, I have created this course shell for myself. And notice it is a blank shell. There is nothing necessarily here, no materials or anything like that. So we're going to take you through a couple of things that you can do to make your course personalized. So if you are, able to, and we're trying to figure out if you are able to rename your course or not. So that's something that we will get back to you on, just because it does sync up with our SIS system and it automatically gives your course a name. And we need to clarify whether we are able to personalize our course name. You can definitely change your course picture so that it stands out with anything else that's in your dashboard. So again, just like you did with your bio, you can take your cursor, hover over edit picture. There are some avatars or thumbnail pictures from the library that you can choose from, or if you are a digitally creative person and you've made something in, some software that you have, or even Google Drawing, you can upload an image here if you want to, personalize it with your Bitmoji or something of that nature. You can do that there and save it, and it will show here. So when you're on your course landing page, that image for your course will appear here. All right. As far as your roster, when you are in Schoology, on your left navigation panel, if you look right here where it says members and you click on it, all of your students will be listed in your course under members, okay? It's also important to note that you add your building admin as a member to your course. And they might be able to go in on the back end and add themselves, but you definitely want to make your building admin a member of your course. And that's just so that they have access to your materials, perhaps they want you to add your lesson plans in Schoology. I'm not sure, building admin might do things a little bit different. But to give them their rights, once they are added as a member to your course, you would click this cogwheel right here, and you would click on this button that says Make Admin, okay? And that is notated by the little shield. And I just click Confirm, the little shield and the star. Now, you don't want to make your students have admin rights, of course, but your building admin, perhaps there are paraprofessionals that you are going to be working with, SPED teachers, maybe some other teachers that are on your grade level that you would like, to have them become a member of your course. And you can click this button to add members, and you're able to search. Okay, your building admin for summer school should come up here. So, okay, and all I did was type in their name, hit enter. You would click on their name, and then click down here at the bottom where it says add members. Okay. they would show up in your
Oh.
course.
Ms. Mayo, may I interject?
Yes, ma'am.
They will just need to look for their particular school. And instead of all Petersburg schools, they will need to look for their particular school unless there is a role added specifically for the summer academy.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
2 questions in the chat.
Mhm.
You've already covered, if I'm a sped teacher, will I have, excuse me, rights? And the second one is, if teachers add me, will I have the same rights? The answer is yes. You'll be able to use Schoology. You may not have students attached to a course, as Ms. Mayo has shown. You will need to have the teacher who has the students roster attached to that course. They will have to add you as a member of the course and also add you as an admin to the course.
Yes.
Admin doesn't mean like it means the administrator over the course, that you will have the same permissions that they do to add to the course or whatever you need to do.
Thank you for clarifying. Yes. And just, for more clarification, you will not have to add your students. They will automatically populate. But for people that, professionals that you are going to be working with, or your building administration, you want to make sure that they are an added member to your course. Thank you for the clarification. All right. So the next thing that we are going to kind of transfer over to, we just want to make sure that you have your correct Zoom permissions, especially for those of you that are going to be teaching virtually. This is something that you definitely need to verify, because if you do not have the correct Zoom license and you are teaching virtually, you will not be able to connect with your students safely, securely. So I'm going to open up a new tab, and I am going to go to zoom.us. I might need to log myself out. Okay. Once you get to zoom.us, in the top right-hand corner, that blue sign-in button, you will click that. And if you do not have access to your Petersburg email address right now, but you will be assigned it later, and you will be teaching virtually, what you will do is you will scroll down, and we always use, because we are a Google district, we always sign in with our Google credentials. So I'm going to click that Google button. I am going to choose or key in my Petersburg credentials. Okay. And once I am logged into Zoom, I notice that, my first initial appears right here, my login icon. And so when I click on it, notice that it says my name, and it also says that I am licensed. Okay, that is very critical, again, if you are teaching virtually this summer. If it says basic, please do reach out to myself, Ms. Coleman Milner, Ms. Vasquez. Someone needs to know so that we can, take your information and put it in the proper channels so that we can get that transferred over so that it says licensed. Okay, I cannot stress that enough. Any questions so far?
No, ma'am.
Okay, we're gonna move on. So I am going to close that out. I have verified that my Zoom is licensed, and now I'm going to close that tab. I still have my Schoology tab open. I'm still signed in. So if I am teaching virtually, I want to make sure that that Zoom link is added to my course. So I'm going to use my my breadcrumbs to go back to the landing page. And so I can click on this link right here. That's going to take me back to the first page of my course. I can also click materials, but I'm going to use this a little breadcrumb link, take me right back here. Now I'm going to click add materials. I'm going to scroll down and click on external tool. I'm going to click on external tool again, because again, if you're teaching virtually, your students need to be able to connect with you. And I'm going to use this first drop-down box. I'm going to click Zoom. And for the title, I'm going to give it a name that because my students are going to see this. I'm going to click submit. Okay. So it's added it to my course. I'm going to click on it. Okay. Notice that it embeds Zoom in my Schoology course. All right. So again, after I created the link, I then want to click on that link. And now I want to schedule a new meeting. So again, I can give it, a title. I definitely want it to start on Monday. I'm going to have it start at 8 a.m. And I'm going to have it last for 5 hours. So actually, let's do 6 just to be on the safe side. All right. For your meeting options, when I have my students, come in, you can, enable their participant video if you want them to join with their video on. I definitely like to have my participants muted when they enter. Okay, so I like for that button to be checked, and where it says audio, because I don't know how they're going to be joining, we like to set that to both. Okay. And then I am going to click this red button that says manage
Wait a minute,
sessions.
alternate, just in case you have an alternate host.
Okay. If you do have an alternate host, you can add them here. An alternate host would be great to have if, you might be absent one day and someone needs to take over, your Schoology course. Of course, if they do have access to your Schoology course, is that correct, Ms. Vasquez? If they have access to your
Yes.
Schoology course, then they still will be able to access your Zoom link.
Yes, ma'am.
But being the alternative host means they will be able to, start the Zoom link.
Yes, ma'am. And typically, those who were asking earlier, I'm a SPED teacher, but I don't actually have the full roster of students attached to me. That person may be the alternate host for that particular class.
Yes. Okay. So if I was
an aide or something like that, some people have instructional assistants that need to be there as alternate host as well.
Yes. So if I am an instructional assistant and Ms. Vasquez has a Schoology course and I am assisting her and her students, I need to go to Ms. Vasquez and ask her, Ms. Vasquez, can you please add me as an alternative host for your Zoom sessions so that if I join her Zoom link or, we have breakout rooms and that sort of thing, I am able to, have those same rights in the Zoom. as Ms. Vasquez. So please make sure you communicate that to the teachers that you are going to be working with, especially when working with them virtually. Thank you. All right. So then we're going to click here where it says manage sessions. All right, again, my start time is Monday at 8 a.m. I'm going to default that to 6 hours again. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I am going to uncheck for Friday because we do not work on Fridays. And then where it says weeks, I am going to, I believe it's 5 weeks. Set that default to 5 and then save. Okay. Now I do know that there is a holiday in the mix, and that's July 5th. I'm debating, Ms. Vasquez, whether to show them how to delete June 5th, but if you are not joining, your student should not be able to join. So right now I have all of my sessions. I can scroll down and see that there are 20 sessions that ends on July 29th. Now I do remember if you are secondary, I heard Ms. Daniels earlier say that there is an extra week for secondary. So where I did my weeks in that drop down box for 5, you probably want to go ahead and change yours to 6, I believe, or 7. I can't calculate the number of weeks in my head, but please make sure that you set it out for the number of weeks, where you are going to be meeting with your students in the last day of school. Any questions so far when it comes to adding that Zoom link for my teachers that are teaching virtually? All right.
See any?
Okay. So I'm going to use my breadcrumbs to go back to my course landing page. Okay. All right. So there is my Zoom link. So when my students connect on the first day of school, and they should have their, information to log into Schoology, they would, come right down here and click on this button, and it will automatically open up their Zoom window, and they will be able to join your Zoom meeting. So as long as you have joined in. However, when you, as the admin of this course, click on it, you will see a lot of other information. Well, the students will see this information, but they will only see this join button right here. They will see all the start times and Zoom numbers, but you as the admin have other information where you can schedule a new meeting, recordings, reports, and sessions, and so forth. They will click on this red join button. All right.
Stop, hold on 1 minute.
Yes.
Please. Mr. Brown, did we answer your question? You can unmute yourself. Or either answer in the chat.
You did. I guess I should have added more clarity. I'm glad to know that. I thought we could, but how? I joined late because I had technical difficulty with a bad link. Information to the link was sent to my personal email as opposed to the school email. So about 30 minutes or so into it, I found out the meeting was up and running. And so I'm feeling at a real disadvantage in being prepared by Monday with this Schoology. I'm a new hire outside the county. So I want to quickly come on board. And so I don't even know how to get into Schoology.
Okay, well, we're going to be here the rest of the day. We're available, I think, even after your training sessions have ended for today. We'll still be available if you need our help.
Yes, and before we log off, we will share a Zoom link with you all so that you are able to, connect with us later, today, if need be. And as well, this session is being recorded, and we would be more than happy to share that with you as well.
And I'm putting the sign-in sheet back in the chat.
Okay.
Okay, thank
And then a
you.
little bit, you're welcome.
You're welcome, Mr. Brown.
That is greatly appreciated because I was feeling a bit overwhelmed in that I'm not going to be ready.
Understood.
You'll be ready.
You'll be ready. That's right. That's what we're here for.
Also, were you asking how to see the course as a student?
Well, as you was giving instructions, I wanted to mimic you. I always do that model with my students, look and do. And so I wanted to go through that process with you as you were demonstrating, modeling, and I missed that opportunity.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yes. Speaking of looking at it, I just took Ms. Vasquez's admin rights away so that she's back in here just, you know, as a student. If you ever want to view your course as a student, underneath your profile picture for your course where it says course options, you can view course as, and she's now back to being a student. So you do have the option to see it. This is how your course looks as a student. Okay.
And Ms. Mayo, I can log in and share my screen so that they can see what I see as a student.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go back to course and I'm going to move on because I know, you know, time again is of the essence. So I'm going to show you how to add folders to your course. So underneath add materials, and again, I'm back at my course landing page, add materials, and I'm going to come over here to add folder. I know with elementary, it's going to be 5 weeks. Secondary, I believe it's 6, possibly 7, because I haven't looked at the calendar. So I think it would be best if you organize your folders by weeks. Okay, you are able to color code them, and you can, you know, add the dates if I want to, you know, add June 28th through, someone help me out. What's that Thursday? Is that July 1st? I'm going to create that. And it now has added week 1. Okay, I'm going to go back to add materials, add folder. And that is going to be July 6th because that Monday we are off for a holiday through July 8th. And whatever content you put in your folders, you can also go back and edit your description later. But as you can see, that information is also visible. All right, so I would just continue going. Of course, coloring doesn't matter. That's a personal preference. You can choose to add whatever you'd like in there. When you start adding your assignments or content and that sort of, you know, other relatable information to what you are teaching, let's say week 1, I want to go ahead and get myself prepared. I can go ahead and click on week 1, add materials, and from here I can add an assignment, a test or quiz, assessment, or if you just want to add a page, I can do that with just, you know, some information. There are several links that I want to go ahead and add. I can do that as well. Just gonna type in something here. I can create. I'm just doing a page. Page is usually really good just to kind of put some information out there. Of course, if it's, you know, an assignment, you want to use the assignment tab. I'm going to navigate back to my course landing page. Okay. And as you can see, I have my Zoom link and I have my 2 folders. If I use this little arrow right here, I can basically expand all the information that's in that week. Now I don't have to, I can simply click on week 1 And then all of the information that I add inside week 1 will be here. So if I click on reading, you can see that was the link that I added. Notice it's not hyperlinked because I didn't do it that way. I just had that link there. So that was just a quick kind of overview on your Schoology course. And I know there probably will be some questions, or, you know, we need to provide some further clarity on some things. As I stated earlier, we will be available after the fact. Myself, Ms. Vasquez, Ms. Coleman Milner. So we are, you know, here for you even after the training ends. And I believe that there's a training end at 12:30 or 12 o'clock to give you all lunch and time to be in your classrooms. I believe that's the schedule. Okay. If anyone has any questions, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Do you want me to show them the student view for what it looks like on this, on their side for Zoom?
You sure can. I'm going to go ahead and set up a Zoom meeting for us later today.
You want me to go ahead?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Once I get added to my classes, can I email you guys after that? Because I'm afraid, since I can't like physically like do some things, I might have questions when I actually can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yes. That hands-on is everything. So if we can support you with that hands-on, absolutely.
I have 2 questions. Will I get an email later on today with my credentials so that I can log into my Petersburg email account in Schoology? That's my first question. And then my second question is, how will I find out if I am doing inclusion class or if I'm doing my own classes? And if so, who, if I'm collabing, who would that partner be, since they may have the access that perhaps I don't have yet?
That information, and Jonna, correct me if I'm incorrect, because this is my first year, but that information comes from your admin. So once you get settled, follow up with your admin. They should have information in terms of your assignments and login information. I was copied on the email. I may have it for you, but I don't know if I have everyone's, because I was just copied on it. It wasn't exactly for me, but I will look your name up. And if I do see your credentials, I'll send it to your email. But what is your personal, if you can, I'll send my email to you and just email me from your personal account, and I can send you your professional information.
Okay. Thank you so much. And
You're
who's
welcome.
in charge for summer school?
Ryan Daniels.
Okay. For
And
Vernon John, she's the administrator?
Not the administrator. What building are you at?
I will be at Vernon John's.
I think
Okay,
it's Mr. Harris, isn't it?
Yeah, she'll be able to give you all of those details too. So when you just email me and I'll answer those questions for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Mhm.
Okay, so I'm in as a student. I went in and found my course. The kids don't need to find their course. It's automatically going to show up for them when they log in. The students will log in with Clever. And so the course will actually be there for them. So they won't need to go through the whole process that I did. And if I'm going to look for Miss Mayo's Zoom link, now remember we're in Zoom, so I'm not going to hit any buttons, okay? Because it will make me leave and join. But they would just go right here. You can have them look for this, these 2 rulers that look like a square, because that shows external link, and just click on it. And then right here, they will just click join. And it will automatically take them into that link for that day.